Good morning. I'm Sean from ViscoFit. Today is day one of my Beachin Bodies program. And why did I create this program? Very, very simple. The fact of the matter is when warm weather is coming, you want to feel good going into it. And I think it's a really easy time of year. I wanted to create a really simple way for you guys to just jumpstart yourself, get back in the routine of working out and see how effective these workouts are. They are more effective than anything that I have ever done. So I just want to talk to you about a couple things because I don't want to forget. First of all, if you've had any injuries, surgeries, anything, please check with your doctor. Second of all, if you haven't worked out in years and years and years, it's just a good idea to check with your doctor. That's all there is to it. I am 51 years old. I have two teenage girls, 13 and 15. They're awesome. I completely changed my body. I had been trying all kinds of things for a few years, especially after having kids, and nothing could sort of help me get past these problem areas. So at 48 years old, I developed this program, and then a few months after that was encouraged by friends to put it online. So you just have to commit to yourself. Doesn't mean you're a bad person if you take a little time for yourself. We want to just feel stronger, more confident, more optimistic, more able to tackle stress. Remember, you are what you eat. You are going to be hungrier from these workouts. Do not fill yourself up. Don't do the workouts and then fill yourself up with crappy stuff. So drink more water. You have to give up soda, juices, sugar in your coffee and tea, that kind of thing. Those are just, Americans get 22% of their caloric intake from sugar. So it's a big thing to cut out. And you need carbs. Carbs are not the devil. You just need the right kinds of carbs. So white food needs to leave your house. White bread, white pasta, white rice, white cereals, that kind of thing needs to go and be replaced with whole grain bread, whole grain pasta. There are great whole grain crackers and snacks. So just look into that. Whole grain brown rice. If you have crappy stuff in your house, you're going to eat it. I know I do. You need leafy greens, kale, spinach, arugula. There's so much you can do with them with a good white wine vinegar and olive oil dressing or a lemon and olive oil dressing. They taste really good. Lean proteins, good fats like nuts and avocados. We are not about lifting heavy weights here. Don't worry that you're going to bulk up, look like a man. We don't do that here. Change does not happen overnight. So don't expect it to. Don't get frustrated. Trust the process. It will happen, I promise, but you have to commit. So I really recommend that everyone get a calendar. Put that calendar on your fridge or on the mirror in your bathroom where you see it all the time. We're going to warm up. That's what I'm doing right now. Lunge to one side. Keep your knee behind your toe. Keeping that calendar and Xing each day off does something for you mentally. Helps keep you in check. Pull your knee into your chest. I know we're working arms today, but I'm sore all over. So today is my beach arms. I get the most complaints. Elbow up in the air, pulled down into the back gently. I get one of the most complaints from women about their arms. And why is that? Because when they wave, they have the waddle, and they don't want the waddle. Press your fingers back. It's also an area that a lot of women say, I used to love my arms. I used to have great arms, and now I don't anymore. You can if you work them. Give yourself some hugs, and we are going to get started. The first one we're going to do, we are going to start with push-ups. Do not be afraid of them. They are hard. They are hard for everyone. You just get better at them. So what we're doing is our hands are going to be close together. This is the position that we are going for, okay? If you're doing push-ups on your knees, that's awesome. Do it above your knee, not on your kneecap, okay? So this is your position. If you're on your knees, straight line from your head to your knees. If you're in a full position, you are a straight line from your head to your toes. You lower yourself down about 8 to 12 inches and push back up. You will feel it in your triceps. We are doing 10. So you see how I'm slow and controlled. I am not blowing through. If you are doing them on your knees, Believe me, you're not getting off that much easier. If you can only crank out 2 or 3, that is what you do. That's what I used to be able to do. And now I can do 10. So you will get there. But again, you have to trust the process and put the work in. So you can stretch out a tiny bit. I encourage you to get a ball if you do not have one. Go today and get a ball because you're going to want it for this program. It's a phenomenal piece of equipment. So for the next one, we are going to do a curl. I hurt my elbow about a year ago. It's feeling much, much better, but you'll see me grab for my lighter weights. So you are going to roll off the side of your ball, okay? Your butt is about 6 to 8 inches off the ground. The weights are going up and down. So we're going to do a tricky bicep curl. So you're going to go all the way down, fully extend those arms, come up halfway, go all the way back down, then all the way back up. We are doing 15. So what do you need to know about being on the ball? If your legs are wide, you're going to be a lot more stable. If your knees are close together, you're going to have to fight with your core muscles to stay on the ball. For every exercise we do, I want your core muscles tight. And what's your core? Your core is, imagine if you're standing up and someone's about to punch you in the stomach and how you would prepare yourself for it. Those are your core muscles. This is 8. At any point, if your form starts to falter, I want you to drop down. I was feeling a teeny tiny little twinge in my elbow. You can stick with your weights. I'm so encouraged that it's finally starting to feel better. I just keep bashing it into things. So I haven't done that lately, which is probably why it's getting better. Okay, we have 3 more after this. You can take breaks whenever you want. Just know that. Breaks are not a sign of weakness. Breaks do not mean you're being lazy. Breaks mean you're working hard and your body is fatigued. And so you need to take a little break. Have some water. I am here to encourage you. I get very upset at any notion that we should beat ourselves up in any way. You are here, you are showing up. Most people don't even do that. Okay, so the next one we're going to do are alternate lifts. So again, when I say keep your core tight, this is what you do to keep your core tight. Sorry, I have to swipe up. This is what you do to keep your core tight. Your core is part of your abs, your back, and your butt. So you've got to keep it tight. So we are going to do alternate lifts. So you're going to go up in front with one arm while you go out to the side. Then you alternate. I am going to use my 3s. You shouldn't go any heavier than a 5 with these. Shoulders are hard. So 1 and 1 is 1. We're doing 15. So you see how my body is not moving at all. Only my arms are moving. Okay, we have 12 more because this is 1 and 1. So now we have 11. You're squeezing your shoulders. You are not jerking your body to get those weights up. If you do that, I will come and find you and we will have a little talk because that's bad form. And bad form leads to injury. And we are not about injury at ViscoFit. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little twinge in my elbow, so I'm going to put those down. We have 8 more. Squeeze. So you see how my feet are hip width apart. Nothing else is moving except my arms. If you have never worked your shoulders before, it is going to kick your butt in 17 different ways. I never even used to think about working my shoulders. And now I am so happy that I do it. One more. Not only because of the way they look, because I didn't even know that like pretty shoulders were a thing. Strong, defined shoulders were a thing. They are a thing. And aside from that, the way I carry stress is always in my neck and my shoulders. I used to get headaches constantly. And now I don't get headaches very often at all. I still get them, but not as much. Okay, we are gonna do rockin' triceps. I'm gonna start with my 3s. You guys should start with 5s. If you're brand new, you can start with no weights or 2s or 3s, okay? This is your position, your elbows are up. You're gonna rock back. You're going to extend. When you extend, you need to squeeze your tricep. If you wanna get rid of the waddle when you wave, this is a work, these are muscles you have to work. Okay, so rock back, extend, squeeze them really hard, come back to the top. That's 1. Now remember, your core has to be tight. When you feel it, disengage, stop, reset, and go again. But do not do these exercises being all loosey-goosey in your middle. That is no bueno. And the great thing about keeping your core tight is you are working those muscles. Even when you're doing an arm exercise or a leg exercise, you are working your midsection because you're squeezing those muscles as hard as you can. How are you feeling? Take a break if you need to. Breaks are only 3 to 4 seconds, and then you jump back in. If 10 seconds later you need another break, that is what you do. One more, come on. I know the burn is intense. We embrace the burn here. And why do we embrace the burn? When your muscles are burning, that means what you're doing is working. You are breaking down those muscles. They're going to have to repair themselves. And that's where the strength and definition comes in. Okay, so we are going to do a bicep twist, which is going to work our biceps and our forearms. Again, not an area that most women think about working. 5s are the heaviest I would go for this unless you've been doing these for a while. Feet are hip width apart. Core is tight, center of your power. Your shoulders are back. This is what you want your position to be like. So your arms are fully extended. You squeeze your biceps to come all the way to the top. And you're gonna take 1, 2, 3. That's the count. Rotate the weights, 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna feel this in your wrist and forearms. It's amazing. We are doing 15. Do not release your core. So when do you know if it's time to drop down from your 5s to your 3s? When your form starts to falter. If you start going like this to get those weights to the top, no, you drop down so that your form stays good. We have 10 more. Now, when you come down, I want you to fully extend. Some people cheat on the extension, especially as they get more tired. 5 more. Do not release your core. You're gonna want to, but don't do it. Good job. Make sure you put your weights away off to the side because the last thing you want to do is trip on them. It's very easy to do. You don't see them, you take a step back and you go down. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a shoulder press, and you need your ball. You can do this on a chair. Let me tell you why this ball is amazing. No matter what part of the body that you're working on, when you are on this ball, your abs have to engage like crazy to keep your balance. Basically all your core muscles. When you're laying down on the ball, you are going to feel it in your quads, in your hamstrings, in your glutes, in your abs, and you might be doing a chest exercise. So this is a critical piece of exercise equipment, so I want you to get it. Okay, so shoulders, I'm going to start with 5s. So remember what I told you about shoulders, or about being on the ball. If you keep your knees together, see how I'm wobbling around? If you keep them apart, you're more stable. The weight, your palms are facing you, you're holding the weights in front. Squeeze your shoulders to push up, squeeze to lower. So I am already feeling this in my shoulders. You can start with 8s if you've been doing this for a while. We are doing 15. So we have 10 more. My abs are engaged. They are helping to keep me stable. I don't know if you can see, but I'm wobbling on the ball while I do this. If you are new at the ball, what do I recommend? Just keep it pressed up against your couch, wall, whatever, and it'll give you more stability while you get used to it. 4 more. Come on. Now, let me explain something to you. If you're new, or even relatively new, and you can't get through all 15 in the allotted time that I'm doing it, do you feel bad, beat yourself up, tell yourself you suck at this? No. And why is that? Because you are, like I said, you are showing up. Most people don't even show up for themselves. So it's important that you do as many as you can do, and that's how you're going to measure your progress. You're going to measure your progress because you do it this time and you could only get through 10 of them. The next time you do it, you're like, oh my gosh, I did 13. It's a really simple, easy way to measure your progress and feel proud of yourself. So that's what we are all about. Okay, we're going to do a fist bicep curl. I'm going to go with a 3. Normally I would go with a 5. So you put your fist up under your elbow, okay? You extend fully, then you squeeze your bicep to come back up while you press up with this. So this arm that you have the fist, you're working this bicep as well just because of the pressure and the squeezing. So you are driving up with this fist, your core is tight. Fully extend and squeeze that bicep to bring it in. We're doing 15 on each side. You guys can do this. I can assure you, you are much stronger than you think you are. There are going to be certain things that are going to be really hard for you, certain things that are going to tax you. You're going to feel like you're not good at them. Forget it. I'm too weak. What's the point? Blah, blah, blah. And when you're here with me, I want you to quiet those voices. Stomp them out. There is no place for them. This is a place of encouragement because I know you can do it. I know it's going to kick your ass, and I know that you are going to be gassed out sometimes, sucking wind. Who cares? Who cares? That's all good stuff. If you're bent over like, that's great because you're getting yourself out of bed and taking care of yourself. Push up, fully extend. You will hear me say it a lot. Women are so good at taking care of everybody else. And they put themselves last. They take care of their friends, their kids. They do a great job for their boss or their employees. They do nothing for themselves. So this costs no money. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to look cute for the gym. You go out to your living room and you put in 30 minutes with me. I think we have 7 more of these. These are kicking my butt. And then you're done, and you don't have to think about it the rest of the day. How many times do you think about it when you don't work out and say nasty things to yourself? I should have gotten up. Oh my gosh, I'm so this, I'm so fat, I feel like crap. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to stop those voices. We're going to show up for ourselves, get it done, and then we can enjoy our life so much more fully in so many other ways. Okay. We are back on the ball. If you don't have a ball, please go get one today. You can get them make sure you get the right ball for your height. So every ball has a little chart on it, and it'll tell you based on your height what size ball. Just make sure it's the right size. We are going to do triangle triceps. So you're going to hold the one weight above your head, and then you're going to squeeze your triceps to bring it up to the top. So because it's only one weight, you can go heavier. Normally I would do a 10 or a 12. I'm going with an 8. So you roll out on the ball. So it's on the upper part of your ball. Your head should be able to rest on the ball. You are driving up through your heels. My toes are actually off the floor. That's when I get a great hamstring, quad, glute workout. Plus my abs are going to work like crazy to keep me on this ball. And I'm going to close my knees for a bigger challenge. Hold the weight above your chest, not above your face. Lower down slowly. Let it go as far as it can, and then squeeze those triceps to get it to the top. So slowly lower and slowly squeeze. Now again, if you're new to the ball, put it up against your couch, wall, whatever. But I can tell you, oh my gosh, my lower body is working just as hard as my triceps are right now. I can feel it in my entire trunk, in my glutes, which are your butt cheeks, in your quads, which are your thighs, your hamstrings. So what do you do if you're not feeling any burn in the muscle that you're working? It means your weight is too light. So you just drop it and get a heavier weight. Oh my gosh, my lower body needs a break just as much. Okay. 5 more. Squeeze. You want to really squeeze those triceps. If your form is faltering, drop and pick up a lower weight or finish without any weight. 3 more. Squeeze those glutes. So you should be in the same mode that I am, which you don't know which muscles are burning the most, your triceps or your abs and butt. How are you guys doing? Have some water. We don't take big sips of water. Try not to gulp it, even if you're feeling thirsty and your heart rate's up. Okay. We're going to do a one-armed push. So if you are new, what I will tell you is your range of motion will be small. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong exercise. I was like, that doesn't seem right. What I want you to do is sit on something lower, like a chair or a stool. Okay? You're going to put your elbow on the inside of your knee. You are going to fully extend it, squeeze up, and lower. Squeeze that bicep, lower slowly so you see the pace that I'm going at. We don't rush at ViscoFit. When you rush, your form is not good and you risk injury. How are you doing? Squeeze. How does your weight feel? If your muscle is not burning, it's too light. So if you're grabbing a 2, you need to drop it and pick up a 5. It's also possible to go up in the course of our exercises. The same way you can drop and go to a lighter weight, which is what happens most of the time. But so normally I would be using 8s on these. I'm using 5s, but wow, my elbow finally is feeling good. I knocked it really hard last year. And it was hurting, and then I was moving and I knocked it a few more times and it was just inflamed and irritated and pissed, and then I just kept bumping into things like in an airplane bathroom. I'd knock it into the ashtray. Why was the ashtray there? Nobody smokes on planes. Anyway, so yeah, it's very exciting for it to feel better. So again, your elbow is braced on the inside of your knee. Your abs are tight, even though we are not using them. Your body is not moving at all. Just your arm. 10 more. Keep going. One of the things that we never do at ViscoFit is quit. In fact, one of my ViscoFitters got me a shirt that said, we don't quit at ViscoFit. You always finish out. Again, if you can't get to all 15 reps, but you are working really hard and you are pushing yourself and you get to 12 or 13, I am so damn proud of you. One more. It's about pushing yourself and not quitting and not letting those stupid voices in your head get to you. Okay, so we're going to do shoulders. Okay, so for this one, your feet are hip width apart. The weights are together. You squeeze your shoulders to lift up, squeeze to lower. Very simple motion. But wow, you are going to feel this. I would not go any heavier than 5-pound weights unless you've been doing this for a while. You can start with 8s. I don't know if you'll get all the way through with 8s, but it's great to start with a weight and then have to drop down. That is awesome. Also, not a sign of weakness. 8 more. Core is tight. And don't start rushing through. If you have to in any way engage your body to get those up, you need to drop to a lower weight. I am actually accomplishing something that I have not done in a while. That is doing shoulders every rep with 5s because I've been taking care of my elbows. So anytime I had the least little bitty twinge, I would drop. And it's feeling better. Honestly, I think me being sick and not working out as much and also not crashing it into anything has helped me tremendously. Okay, now we are going onto the ground. We are doing excellent on time, by the way. Now, I did talk a little bit more at the top than normal. I don't usually talk that much, but I have a lot of new people joining. So I want you guys to feel at home and like you know what's going on. So you are going to lay on the ground. Your bottom arm wraps up around your shoulder. Your other arm is shoulder level. So when you come down, your fingertips are about where your shoulder is. You lower through the palm of your hand and push up. And when you come all the way up, you squeeze. What do you have to remember? This is a challenging exercise. If you only go down 3 inches, I'm super proud of you. What I want to make sure is that you feel a burn in those triceps. We do not want pain. We are not about pain here at ViscoFit. If you have pain, stop immediately and check with your doctor. So again, if you're only going to here and pressing up, you're going to feel it. We're only doing 10. 3 more. Woo! This is always so challenging for me. Always. I've been doing them for like 2 years. They are so challenging for me. So that is why I keep doing them. Not because they're easy, because they're effective. Keep those abs tight. Now listen, you might not be able to undo your bra tonight. Just warning you. 2 more. That is okay. Embrace the soreness. That is going to get you where you want to go. 2, 1. Oh my gosh, those are so challenging for me. I love it. Let's see how we're doing time-wise. Oh my gosh, we're doing great. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is a wrist burn. So you are going to hold your wrists down. Your arm is going to stay straight. You're going to flex your wrists, turn around, flex your wrists. So this is the motion. You see that? So this, flip it over, and that. So you are going to work your wrists and your forearms. Do not go any heavier than a 5. I'm going to work with 3s and see how I feel. Feet hip width apart. Squeeze up, turn around, and lift. That's 1. 15 of these. I can't really talk during these, which, hey, might be a good thing. Let's go. Viv, are you in the shower yet? Vivian? No, it's too late, baby. Well, that's not our fault. It's too late. Don't wash your hair. Parenting in the midst of working out. That's the reality of life, right? One more. That is the reality of life. You will see some of my workouts, if you have not done my workouts before, where it is total insanity. I'm with my boyfriend. We have 5 kids, and it is insane. But amazing. Okay, so now we're going to work shoulders, biceps, and triceps with a punching bag. So you've seen the speed bag, right? When you see boxers. So we're going to pretend like we have a speed bag. So this is the speed you're moving at. You want to go light. What else do you want to remember? Not to hit yourself in the face with the weights. Fairly important. So lean back. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, keeping with those same weights. Normally, again, I would be using 5s. We are going to punch. Okay, we're going to punch across. So you see how my foot comes up. You're going to rotate in your trunk. Everything is tight. I want sharp movements. I'm going to actually go with my 1s for this. Keep it tight. Everything's tight. These are sharp, sharp movements. You don't even have to use weights if you don't want. So 1 and 1 is 1. We're doing 15. So everything is tight. Your body should feel like if someone tried to come up and punch you in the gut, you would be prepared. 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to punch down. Same rules apply. You come up, your heels come up, you're twisting, but everything is tight. Awesome. Now it is time for the 5-minute bonus round. We are going to do buns. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the exercise that has the cute name, but will kick your ass, literally and figuratively. It is called the grasshopper. So we are going to time this 5 minutes. Okay, you're going to lay on your stomach. You're going to put your chin on your hands. You're going to keep your heels together and squeeze your butt to get your thighs off the floor. We are going for 1 minute. You are going to hate my guts during this exercise. You might want to puke. Those are all normal reactions to the grasshopper. It is so targeted, so intense. It gets me every single time. Take a break when you need to. You're probably going to need a bunch of them. That's okay. The break is 3 to 4 seconds. You finish the minute no matter what. I don't care if you take 15 breaks. You do not quit. You squeeze. The burn is so unbelievable. We have less than 10 seconds. Come on, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, done. Really, really awful. But they're all for everybody, so we're in this together. The next one we're going to do is a rocking bridge. So you are getting on your back. You are driving up through your heels. Keep your toes off the ground. Squeeze that butt. Squeeze your abs. Squeeze your quads. And you're going to rock one side to the, when you rock to this side, you squeeze this cheek. You squeeze that cheek. 1 minute. Squeeze it as hard as you can. If this bothers your knees in any way, I've had a couple people tell me that, just pulse up and squeeze both butt cheeks. Otherwise, you are rocking, you're driving those hips up as high as you can, and then you're side to side to side, squeezing each butt cheek extra hard. Holy moly. Guys, you can do this. I promise you can. Okay, you gotta embrace the burn. I know it's hard, believe me. That's why we do it. If you're like me, you have to work that area in order to keep it from being flat and sliding. We don't want it to spread. 2, 1, done. Wow, okay. Rock yourself up. Okay, I love these next ones. You're going to lunge to one side. When you lunge, you keep your knee behind your toe. I want your toes up off the ground. We're gonna hold a weight and we are gonna lunge up. More like pulses, that's our range of motion. Oh, real, yay. Oh, that's awesome. Love it. Okay, so I am going to get a 10-pound weight because I want to kick my own butt. Okay, so we'll lunge on one side for 45, then go to the other. Okay, remember, knee is behind your toe and your toes are up off the ground. That ensures that you are getting it up from your hamstring into your glute. So you see I'm pulsing. I am leaning, I am sticking this butt cheek as far back as it will go. So you're gonna feel this in your quad and your butt. Sorry, we're doing 30 seconds on each side because we only have a 5-minute. 5-minute bun, beach bun, blast. Get those toes up. Okay, stick that butt cheek back. This other leg is straight. You are leaning forward. Your back is flat. 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay. Next one. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, that flew by. We're going to do high knees. Okay, squeeze your abs. You can do this as a modification. Seconds, then we will stretch. Less than 10 seconds, and we're done. 3, 2, 1, done. You guys, awesome. Lunge to one side. Stick that butt cheek back. Straighten your legs, pull on your calves, your ankles, your shoes, whatever. Push your fingertips back towards me. Thank you so much for joining me. Wrap your arm around the other. Pull it towards you, stretch your shoulder out. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, tricep or your elbow up in the air, pull down into the middle. Stretch those wrists out, shake them. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., we will be working legs. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I give modifications. Yes, it's a tough workout, but you can do it. This is the month we make changes. This is the month you start to feel better physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Trust me, I am living proof. This has helped me through some of the darkest days of my entire life. Getting up, taking care of myself, keeping my body moving when all I want to do is stay in bed and cry or be lazy. This is always a better choice. You will never regret a workout. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, I welcome them, so send me a message. Bye.